Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into a really critical situation unfolding around U.S. forces in Iraq. We're looking at how recent events impact regional stability, and we're working off some pretty fresh analysis from mid-June 2025. The idea today is to get beyond the surface-level headlines, to really understand what's going on, because things have escalated quickly, and it's forcing Washington to, well, reassess its position. So, let's unpack the flashpoint. Things really heated up in the Middle East after Israel launched those preemptive strikes against Iran's nuclear infrastructure. And the reaction, it was, well, predictable in a way, swift and direct, coming from Iran-aligned Shiite militias inside Iraq.
Right, groups that often get significant backing from Tehran, Kataib, Hezbollah, Asif al-Haq, those types of militias.
Exactly. And the most immediate fallout, the thing that really grabbed headlines, happened June 15th, 2025. 3 drones were launched towards the al-Assad air base.
Which is a huge deal. That base is incredibly important strategically for the U.S. and Western Iraq, a major hub.
Absolutely. Fortunately, U.S. defenses caught them, intercepted all 3, so no damage, no casualties.
But a very close call. Really underscores how tense things are on the ground.
And following that, plus, a general increase in threats, the U.S. took a pretty big diplomatic step. They evacuated U.S. diplomats from the embassies in Baghdad and Erbil.
Which sounds dramatic, pulling diplomats out.
It does, but here's the key clarification. About 2,500 U.S. military personnel are still in Iraq, mostly at al-Assad.
Okay, so it's a nuanced picture. Diplomatic caution, pulling civilians out of harm's way, but the military footprint remains. And what's really fascinating, or perhaps worrying, is the signal from these Iran-backed groups, this kind of escalation. It suggests they're prepared to sort of widen the conflict envelope.
Widen the envelope. What does that mean exactly?
Well, it means they're signaling they might expand the types of targets, maybe even the geography of their attacks. They're basically saying they hold U.S. forces accountable for supporting Israel.
Linking the U.S. presence directly to Israel's actions.
Precisely. They see Washington's presence as an endorsement. Now, the U.S., for its part, is definitely strengthening defenses. You can see them bolstering their posture. But at the same time, they keep stressing this commitment to diplomatic de-escalation. They're trying to contain it.
That sounds like a really difficult tightrope to walk.
Yeah.
Beefing up defenses while trying to calm things down. And couldn't, say, pulling diplomats out, even if it's for safety, be read by some as, well, weakness or backing down?
That's a critical question. And the U.S. knows that optics matter hugely in this region. The evacuation is primarily about safety, yes. But it also sends a message. Washington takes these threats seriously, won't put civilians at unnecessary risk. Historically, moves like this aim to reduce the immediate targets, make it harder for militias to score a propaganda win by hitting civilians.
Okay, reducing the target profile.
Exactly. But you're right, the challenge is ensuring it's not seen as disengagement. That continued military presence, especially at a key base like al-Assad, that's the counter signal. It's meant to say, we're still here.
Right. And connecting this specific incident, these drones, the evacuations, it's not happening in isolation, is it?
Oh, absolutely not. If you zoom out, these drone strikes fit right into this much larger pattern. It's an ongoing proxy conflict. It stretches way beyond Iraq. You see similar dynamics in Syria, in Lebanon, even down in Yemen.
Proxies allowing Iran to exert influence without a direct fight.
Exactly. Iran projects power, challenges rivals, all through these groups. It creates this constant simmering tension that can boil over really fast. And this brings us to the crucial point for you, the listener, and frankly, for global stability. More attacks like this in Iraq, especially hitting U.S. targets, could absolutely drag the U.S. deeper into direct confrontations. Confrontations involving both Iran and Israel. So Washington pulling embassy staff. It's cautious diplomacy, yes, prioritizing safety. But it also signals just how serious they view the threat of a wider conflict. It's risk management, while trying to keep options open.
That broader pattern of proxy conflict really is key to understanding this. So when you look at all these moving pieces, the drone attack, the evacuations, the troops staying put, what does this really boil down to for our listeners, for the wider world? What are the core takeaways here? And maybe the question to leave everyone with is this: how can the U.S. keep balancing this commitment to diplomacy, to de-escalation, with the undeniable need to protect its forces and strengthen defenses, especially in a region that seems increasingly defined by these tangled proxy wars? That's a huge challenge going forward and definitely something worth thinking about.